There's one person on a camera right now. Let me just show you what's going on here, people. This person here is actually shooting a video.
What a legend. He didn't go.
What do they do? What do these people do? One guy's pretending to take photos. Who knows what everyone else is doing? But this video is brought to you. What's your name, brother?
Jonesy.
This video is brought to you by Jonesy.
What a mad dog.
Go on, Jonesy.
Like what you just saw, well guess what, this video is going to be filled with a hell of a lot more of it. A couple months ago, Supercheap Auto invited me up to Queensland, Australia to be a part of the filming for their best performing oils video, which they have been holding for, well, this is the 10th year, so for the past almost decade. There were lots of thrills, spills, interesting weather, but overall it was an absolute blast. I drove up to Queensland the day before the shoot in the Yaris, which is around a 8 to 9-ish hour drive, depending on how you get up there. And there was quite a bit of prep work to do, both on the car that we were taking, which ended up being the Nulon car, and obviously the work side of things, prepping for the shoot day and getting camera gear ready. The next day of the shoot, we had to get up around 3:30 a.m. as it was quite a bit of a drive up north above Brisbane. And we had to get there early, obviously, of course, film settings, and also to make sure that cars and cameras were all set up ready to go, as generally speaking is a lot of prep work involved.
Go on, Jonesy.
After unloading the car and getting the trailer set up, ready for the shoot, we had the usual mandatory briefing and introduction, I guess you can say, by the director and the safety supervisor. The hardest thing about this entire shoot was sticking to a certain time schedule, as on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there were already pre-booked track events, so we only had a 4-day window, which unfortunately, due to the rain and navigating terrible weather conditions, it ended up being extended for a little bit longer. But as you will see, rain was a factor throughout the shoot and, well, took the entire shoot schedule and dumped it in the bin. Now, unfortunately, I didn't end up being in this year's video as planned, but hopefully, inshallah, next year I'll get to be, and maybe the Skyline will as well, if it's done in time. But despite that, I still got to see a lot of awesome behind the scenes, and I got to see some really cool stunts by the Castrol truck, by the Valvoline buggy, the 370Z, that was awesome. I love that. I think it's my favorite one. Probably because I like Nissans and it just looks fat. And some fat burnouts by the Nulon car. Unfortunately though, on day one, the Nulon car was having a few mechanical issues while they were doing some test burnouts ready for the stunt for the video. And the reason why they do this is, well, to make sure the car can do a burnout. They want to test a new hydro brake setup, and so the stunt drivers can get used to the cars, because as we know, no one car drives the same. I think from memory, it was something to do with a gap or some sort of warp between the head and the exhaust manifold, which was causing issues, I think, with boost or something to that effect. But essentially, later that night, Kurt, one of the crew that was there with us, he was pulling apart this car in a Woolies car park up until like 2 o'clock in the morning or something. Thanks to Kurt's hard work throughout the night, the Nulon car was ready the next day to go back out, doing stunts, doing hectic burnouts, and essentially ready for the video. But on day one, that wasn't the only issue that was faced. It was also rain, which ended up pushing the shoot schedule back, I think, like 60%.
I'm all a bit behind schedule.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, in that case.
I think on the day, by the time of wrap, I think they'd only done 40%, or they were 40% behind. they were behind a lot. There are many aspects of this film set which I found quite impressive. One was the amount of camera gear and crew, the stunts, and, well, the overall production value. I think when it comes to filmmaking, whether it's films, TV shows, YouTube videos like what I'm making for you right now, or even something like a commercial, which is what we filmed, a lot of time, logistics, personnel, and, well, money goes into it, because you might have this shot that you want to film. You have to work out how you're going to film it. Let's say you want to mount it on a car. You got to work out where you're going to mount it, but then you got to realize that where you've just spent fucking an hour mounting it is not going to work. So then you could take it all off and start again.
Jonesy, what's going on, mate?
What's going on is day 3 of the Supercheap Auto's latest best performing oils video, and today was actually pretty fun, especially in the morning, because this fine piece of machinery behind me is a well-engineered ice cream machine which does some fat burnouts, which we witnessed this morning. And what was it, Tuesday? Thursday. 2 days ago, 4 days ago, we were doing some more stunts, 370Zs drifting around. Buggies jumping, and it's just pretty awesome, to be honest. I'd love to be in the passenger seat, you know, swigging and sliding around. And that's pretty much all I've got to report on. I'm here with Bryce. What are your thoughts on the video and the set so far?
This is epic. Like, there is a lot going on. I saw a guy getting towed, holding onto a fishing rod up here earlier. Like, there's heaps going on, and it's really cool to see.
Is it what you expected?
I'm not really sure what to expect. I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, this is the first video being part of. Obviously, I've seen the previous videos, and they've been over the top as per usual. But I've never really seen how they get made, so it's been really cool just to stand back and watch.
Perfect. I think you're getting rounded up. We better not hold you up, but enjoy the rest of your time here.
Thanks. We got some sausages to cook. So enjoy. Catch you later.
As you can appreciate, with a massive video like this, there's all sorts of behind-the-scenes people, incredible props, unbelievable wardrobe department. Check this out over here, one of the stars just taking it easy between shoots. Are you happy with how things have gone today? And your plan for the next shoot and working with the directors, I mean, this has got to be Academy Award-winning stuff, doesn't it?
Now with the Castrol truck, this one had quite a few stunts to do, and they were quite complex.
It's a for two-wheeling, not one wheel. It's two.
One side of the car goes up on it.
Yeah, two-wheel ramp. So we used this last year to do the two-wheeling. Yeah. It's the first time I ever two-wheeled. We used the it was Mobile 1 last year.
That's right, the trophy truck, the blue one.
The blue one, trophy truck, Mobile 1. So we've done that, and then I opened my big mouth this year and said, why don't we two-wheel it with a caravan on the back? And the reality is setting in now of what I've said. So what we've done is to put this bar, we've put a tow bar on the back of the trophy truck, which is weird as it is, and we've put this bar, so when we reverse the truck in, we'll reverse in, and the trophy truck will slot into here, so this piece will sort of move around to its free wheel to give us a little bit of turn. And then when that truck comes up, it's coming up with us. So we've put these braces in there because this is quite a flimsy frame. You know, this is not just for strength for this two-wheel, it's also strength for the jump we're doing.
Cool.
That's it. So fingers crossed.
Good luck.
We don't know what's going to happen, but
send it, but not too much.
We're just going to send it.
Send it the right amount.
Just going to send it.
So they did a few run-throughs just with the truck itself, and it deemed to be hard to get it to stay on two wheels. While they were doing that in the process, what even made it harder was they actually snapped one of the rear axles. Now, after a lot of discussing with the director, the stunt drivers, Kurt was there as well, and a lot of the other guys, they essentially had to write that stunt off for the day. And get the car fixed. I'm pretty sure that was on the Friday that it happened, so it'll be day 2. But over the weekend, they managed to source an axle. It's amazing how easily or quick you can find a car part if you're really desperate for it. Someone's ringing this person, someone's ringing that guy, and then Bob's your uncle, they find the part. Now, one of the other stunts they wanted to do was to jump the Castrol truck and the caravan together over this big jump and essentially through a billboard that they'd have set up for the actual filming of the stunt. They did a few runs through, practicing just jumping the car itself, and then they had another driver, I can't remember his name, doing some stunts on the skid pan as well, but they actually managed to roll it. I got one shot of the truck going over and almost rolling. And I had a feeling that, he's gonna roll on the second one. I was almost gonna film it with the lens I've got now. I'm filming on this, but I decided to switch to my 7200, but I wasn't quick enough. He rolled it and I missed the shot. Everyone was fine, no one got hurt. They rolled the truck back onto all fours, towed it back down to the pits, had a little bit of damage on the panel, so they fixed that up. And in the afternoon, they ran it through again to do the jump.
This is quite a flimsy frame.
On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one.
Look, I don't take no loss.
The other impressive stuff was all the camera gear and just the rig setups. The amount of money in camera gear that was there was worth more than my cars and everyone else has put together here that lives here. It was really impressive, especially watching the crews work together and just how everyone has their dedicated job, you know, gaffers, cinematographers, all that kind of stuff, working together to set up a camera. And interesting too to watch them set it up, and then they got like the Apple boxes to get the height right, but then they realize it's not going to work, so they pack everything all up, go around the other side or wherever they're going to set up again. And that's what takes so much time and effort when it comes to film production. You know, you might have it in your head and you get the camera and the lens, but you still can't quite get it right, so you're messing it around, changing lenses, this and that, and that's just what takes the time. But it was really impressive to see everyone work together. Honestly guys, there's so much more I can say and show you. There's legit almost 300 gigabytes of footage from just behind the scenes, stunts, interviews, all that kind of stuff sitting on my hard drive. But I just want to try and show you the cool, fun stuff, all the stuff that I thought you would think is fun and cool. It was honestly an amazing experience. I had an absolute blast, and hopefully next time I can be on the video. Maybe my Skyline too, but it'd be cool to get a part, you know, it'd be cool to be a part of it. But Supercheap Auto, Sketch, Oz Video Co, and everyone else I work with, thank you for the invite and thank you for the opportunity to be on this film set and be a part of this experience. I honestly had a blast and I learned a lot. I look forward to the next one. Remember, make it super and go get your oil. The sale's on now. Go get your oil. Service your car. All right, I'm going to go now and not service my car because it's like late at night, but go service your car.
unfortunately, we lost the aircon in this one. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit hot, but hoping to add it soon.
Fucking hell.
Alright, so apparently it's got an SR20. It's backwards. It sounds good. It's very compact. It's in a buggy, so not usually where you would see an SR20. And now it's very quiet. It looks like it's been flogged more than most 180s that you see on Marketplace. But it's running, so that's very unusual, I guess. It's probably going to get flogged soon, so then we'll see if it's still running after that.
You know what the most reliable thing in the car, I reckon, would be the Volkswagen gearbox.
The Volkswagen gearbox?
I don't know, they're actually pretty unreliable too, but how cool does it sound?
It does sound pretty mad.
For an NA SR20, it sounds epic.